And in fact, one of the first questions and very frequent questions that still seems to be at the outset is it legal to invest overseas? And it absolutely is. And the RBI has created the Liberalized Remittance Scheme, which is LRS. Under the scheme, every Indian resident can send money for a variety of purposes. And we tend to use the scheme whether we know it or not. So firstly, every Indian resident, minor or an adult, can send $250,000 beyond India's shores for a wide variety of purposes, whether it is to meet expenses. For example, when you're traveling overseas and you swipe your debit card, you're technically utilizing this remittance scheme. Or for student education, when you pay your children's fees, that also comes under LRS. The other part, which is not been very well, sort of understood, is what else can we do with it? And this is the crux of how you can invest globally, because it allows people in India to utilize this $250,000 quota to invest in equities, stocks and shares, or debt securities, buy real estate, and even just be able to hold cash deposits overseas for for any other liabilities that might arise over a period of time. And that's an important one, because very frequently, as I mentioned at the outset, we get asked this question, is it legitimate? The history of it, of course, is we must understand how India is. It's been a country which has been capital controlled, and LRS was only formed in, from 2004 onwards at a much smaller size of about $25,000. Over the years, it has increased in size, and it's now $250,000 per head per year. So it's a very, very liberal and very generous scheme. Vis-a-vis a country like China, for a resident in China, which is another capital control country, the amount is only $50,000 per head per year. Just taking a moment as to why this is important and how this is different from the rest of the world, say a UK or a US, right? Many of these countries don't have a capital control system, so it doesn't matter how much you are, how much you must disclose. In fact, there's no need to disclose whether you invest beyond the shores of the UK or the US, as long as you'll end up paying the appropriate taxes on it. Right? But many emerging markets need to have schemes like this, or even continue maintaining capital control so that their currency doesn't depreciate very quickly in the event of any economic or geopolitical event where money can suddenly start flooding out of the country.